You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What is going on, NASCAR Diecast collectors and Diecast viewers on YouTube? And this is Original Big Bri here, and welcome back, guys, to another new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, hosted by me, Brian LaFleur Jr., and I'm glad to be back, guys. I took a week off last week, and now we're going to be covering what you guys missed on the NASCAR Diecast News throughout these past 2 weeks, coming from Phoenix and Auto Club. So it's going to be really cool right there. We don't got some new diecast, guys, but we do got some exclusive first looks from our good friends at Lionel Racing, according with our other sponsors as well, like Lamby Sells, Casey Diecast, and Lester Diecast, but mostly Lionel Racing. And we also do got some updated news on the Xfinity Diecast about the mold, regarding about what's going to be going on for them very shortly. Confirmed by Lionel, but we'll get onto that very shortly. We also do got some new pre-orders as well, coming from Phoenix and Auto Club, and yeah, there's a good amount of them, guys, as we're going to be seeing on the slideshow very shortly. We got probably what's going to be taking up most of this episode and the other last topic, the canceled diecast, guys. There was a lot to cover for these past 2 weeks, so we got 2 weeks full of canceled diecast. A total of 11 new cars have made the cancellation list, and definitely going to be interesting for any 124 collectors and 164 collectors out there for sure. And also, we do got the announcement and reveal for NASCAR Authentics third wave in the 2017 lineup, but we're going to get on to this latest information and more as the NASCAR Diecast News starts right now. But before we do that, guys, we're actually going to go on to the slideshow, so let's take it away. Alright, everybody, welcome to NASCAR Diecast News. I'm your host, like I just said, Original Big Bri, and we're going to get things off with what originally is going to be your new release diecast, but we don't have any new diecast coming out for this week, guys, or the last 2 weeks, so Lionel's been kind of slacking on that. However, though, to make up for it, guys, Lionel has gave us some exclusive photos on some cool looking diecast that we got, and we do got a couple to show you right here, but first one up, it is going to be, well, the only one that's going to be shown on this show is going to be the Chase Elliott 2017 Hooters 124, but we're going to be looking at the 164 as well. If you guys do want to look on the 124 car, check out Lionel Racing's The Fix. This is where we found the photo at. Really cool show to look at if you guys want to stay up to date on any Lionel news as well, because they now have a YouTube series as well. Plus, good old Dale Jr. was on it, so I'm sure that's gonna, you know, really sell pretty well. If only NASCAR can do that funny for that. But it's only fun by me, so, you know, but it is what it is. But yeah, the Chase Elliott 2017, I almost said 2016. Holy Christ, that would have been a fail. Wah, 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 wah. But the Hooters car, guys, yep, it is. We got a nice exclusive photo, the prototype, guys. So this ain't gonna be the final version, but I thought this was really cool of showing you guys the prototype because it's gonna give us a little general view of what the updated diecasts were. Because if you guys know, they changed the spoilers for this year, as you can clearly see on this picture, guys. You can rarely see any spoiler, and I think this is just a prototype version, guys. I don't think so. This ain't gonna be the final product. I can tell by its prototype because usually they have a sticker that's on the windshield, but you can clearly see some good emphasis right here that this is a prototype. It's also on the 164 EL mold, so that's good that they're not going to PTC molds, so that's really good right there. But the Hooters car is definitely gonna be a car to be looking out for, especially for any long-time classic fans who were in the Winston Cup series. They're really good. Looking forward to pick up this car. However, Chase Elliott is not running this car at the Darlington race. He's going to be running this car multiple races, starting at Talladega from what I know, and forward from there. This is all confirmed from Hitter Motorsports and also Lionel Racing. They talked about this car as well. But looking pretty nice so far, guys. As you guys can see, there's no Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series logo on there or any Monster logos. If you guys remember from last few episodes, I talked about that. If you guys want to check that out. Yeah, looking really cool. I don't really have too much to say about this, but looking pretty nice. Although I kind of wish there was a darker outline on the 24 because I could just barely see it. If they would have just, you know, created on the 24, they could have created a much more darker outline, like, you know, a darker orange or something. I think it will look nice because I'm having a lot of trouble trying to see the 24 on top of the car. It looks really nice, but you know, they could have done a little more better on the paint scheme, but it does look pretty cool, especially since getting the sponsor back as well. But that wraps up for the diecast, guys, and so that's gonna be cool right there. But now we got an update on the 2017 Xfinity diecast. If you guys know, the Xfinity cars are looking a little different this year. They decided to drop the little used spoiler that they've been having since 2010, and they decided to go back to the curved spoiler, which does look very ironic, guys. If you guys have seen the 2017 Xfinity cars on the track, I myself have not watched the Xfinity race since God knows how long. Probably 2014 or 2015 was the last time I watched it. I got sick and tired of the Cup guys winning, so really have lost interest into that series. But for any people who are interested in the Xfinity diecast, which this year looks like a bummer because most of them have been canceled anyways, but Lionel has confirmed on their site on the Lionel Racing forum. But we also got this information from our good friends at Diecast Fans. They're another cool diecast news, another diecast news source to check out. You know, they're mostly popular on Twitter, and probably that's the diecast news you want to check out if you guys are on Twitter. So really cool right there. But what they've said on Lionel, that they said they will be updating the car. They will be updating the spoiler and the splitter on all bodies, guys. So that's gonna be the Chevrolet, the Ford, and the Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyotas, guys. So that's be really cool right there. However, no estimated arrival time yet, guys. But we'll keep you guys updated on that time as the year goes on for the diecast. So really cool right there. Really cool to see that Xfinity diecasts are going to be, you know, updated. Don't know when, but hopefully sooner before, you know, because we have to, like I said, guys, once we get onto the cancellations, there's going to be even more Xfinity cars that are going to be in the cancellation list. Spoiler alert. But now we're going to go on to the pre-orders, guys, and I'm only going to be covering on 3 that really have caught my interest. And of course, I got to start off with the race win cars, guys. So 2 weeks ago, I did not have last week I did not have the episode. For last week, so I had to take a little break to catch up on some stuff on life and so forth. So we got the Ryan Newman, guys. Ryan Newman ended up winning at Phoenix, you know, 2 race weekends ago, and that was really cool. I mean, I thought Kyle Larson was going to get that first win for this season. But, you know, we'll be talking about that very, very shortly after this pre-order, guys. Don't want to get too ahead of myself. Want to get in order since we're covering, you know, twice as much content as we were last episode, which was 2 weeks ago. So do apologize for that once again, guys. Hope you guys understand about my busy lifestyle. But they have the Ryan Newman Granger Phoenix Race 124 is now available. That was a really cool special win, and that was a hell of a strategy that the 31 car pulled off, guys. That was a pretty cool race. I mean, it was mostly just Kyle Larson leading all the time, but then you had Joey Logano, you know, closing in, especially when it came to that second stage, guys, how close they were. comes to that. That was really cool with Joel Logano, Kyle Larson, and one other car if I remember. But yeah, that was really interesting, guys. I think it was Chase Elliott. Yeah, poor Chase. Hopefully he get a win soon. He's been really close. He's just been slacking on the last stages, guys. I mean, throughout these past weekends, Chase Elliott's really been slacking. But anyways, guys, the Ryan Newman Green car is available for pre-order, guys. Glad he finally ended that 127 race streak right there. So very glad for Rocket Man Newman, and hopefully, well, he's in the chase right now, so that's gonna be cool right there. If he could pull off like what he did in 2014 and make the Final Four, that would be very interesting. So watch out for Ryan Newman. Glad to see RCR's back on the A game for this year. And speaking of A game, guys, Kyle Larson, the big name to talk about. Even Kevin Harvick has said that he is probably one of the best drivers out there since Jeff Gordon. You know, I think Kyle Larson's a little overrated, but I do gotta give him credit. He is really showing what he can do this year, guys. But especially what he did doing the sweep at Fontana for Auto Club Speedway. I like to call it Fontana because I've watched the IndyCar Series run there. But of course, Auto Club is the sponsor, so I'll just call it Fontana. But the Auto Club Fontana race win car, he just recently won that in both the Xfinity race and the Cup race, and only the Cup win is available for pre-order, guys. So nope, there's not going to be a race win sweep set like they did with Kyle Busch at Bristol, which they had all three series made, which is cool right there. I really thought they could have made this. I think it would have been a good investment because there's a lot of Kyle Larson fans out there. I think it would be a good seller. So maybe Lionel will think about it, but right now they say they have no plans of making the sweep set, which would be cool because this is Kyle Larson's hometown track. At Fontana, not really hometown, but it's the closest track that he's at where his hometown is, which is in somewhere in California. I know it's in California, but really cool to see, you know, that one of our young generation drivers to, you know, step on, and you know, he's really kicking butt this year, guys. He's your points leader, and he's been so consistent. So watch out for Kyle Larson, guys. I think he'll get a couple more wins in the bag for this year, and maybe be a threat for the chase playoffs coming in the fall time. So watch out for that 42. Looks fast, and we'll see how it goes from there, guys. And the next one, guys, is just just a why. This is why Lionel, you know, they got to make money somehow, so why not make another Dale Jr. Exalta car, guys? But the Exalta Service King car, that's available pre-order. But however, though, this car is going to be interesting because this is Dale Jr.'s 600th start. If you guys didn't catch that tagline, what I was trying to do, basically Exalta every year, like mostly every year, they always make multiple die-casts. I know they did it last year with Jeff Gordon, and they did it last year with the Car Star Exalta car, which that was on my worst one of the worst diecasts I had from 2016, because it was the same thing as Exalta car. This car will be the same thing, but however, though, this is kind of important. It's Dale Jr.'s one of Dale Jr.'s biggest milestones in his career. His 600 start, that is quite a lot, guys. I mean, it's faced it, you know, it's really surprising Dale Jr.'s not won a championship, and now he has 600 starts in the Cup Series, guys. So yeah, that there's God only knows how much more races that the 88 car will be driving, especially for Dale Jr. So yeah, this will be a memorable win, a memorable car to get. But in retrospect, for any normal diecast collectors, it's kind of like why they decided to do this. I mean, were you surprised that Lionel was going to make this? You know, junior diecasts are probably the best-selling diecasts that have sold throughout these whole past years, excluding Chase Elliott, because Chase Elliott was the best-selling car from last year, the Napa car. So yeah, if you're a junior fan, this would be a cool car to get, but you know, I'm not a big fan of, you know, creating multiple Exalta cars. Meanwhile, we got cars that are canceled that don't have enough variety. I mean, I like variety, guys, you know. I don't like it, you know, especially when it comes, you know, to other stuff like NASCAR Authentics and so forth. You know, when it's all Dale Jr. and Chase Elliott, it just gets kind of ridiculous. But that's something I want to point out. But yeah, this car is available for pre-order, and you can get all these pre-orders at Lionel Racing or Plan B Sales, Casey Diecast, and Lester's Diecast, and then your local diecast dealers that does the pre-orders as well, guys. So yeah. Alrighty, guys, and we're going to the turning point of the episode. As always, it's going to be the newly released cancellations from these past 2 weeks, and we got a good amount of them, so I'll try to go on them very briefly and also very efficiently as well. Some of them are kind of surprises, but others are very surprising as well. But we do got some updates on some cancellations that I reviewed a couple weeks ago, guys. If you guys remember the Denny Hamlin dual Daytona win, his dual #2 win, you know, like I said, Denny Hamlin cars have been canceled throughout these whole past years. So the 124 ARC version, that has now been canceled, along with the Elite version that was canceled a couple weeks ago. So not really much to say about that, but I can't say I'm surprised right there. And same thing up to continue on the Daytona cars. We got Joey Logano's Daytona Clash win car. That has also been canceled in the 124 ARC version as well, guys, along with the Elite version that was canceled a couple weeks ago, guys. So not looking good for the Daytona cars, guys. So we got the Denny Hamlin car getting canceled, and then the Joey Logano Clash of Daytona car getting canceled as well. So yeah, those are just some brief updates I wanted to tell you guys right there, since Lionel decided to put them out this week and the week before. But now we're gonna get on to the new cancellations, and the first one up is yet another Justin Allgaier Xfinity car. And a lot of people are saying, oh, Brian, last episode, there is a couple Justin Allgaier cars that were in this, and the DeRee car was. Well, I didn't even bother commenting back because I knew this car was going to get canceled, but the Justin Allgaier Degree deodorant car has now been officially canceled in both scales. I mean, would you be surprised at all? I mean, his main sponsor, the Brandt car, was canceled the last episode, so of course this car was going to get canceled. I mean, that's just so unfortunate, guys. I mean, we only got one more Justin Allgaier car to make sure we got the pre-orders, but I really have any high hopes, guys. I think the Advanced Auto Parts car will get canceled. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if it does not get canceled, that'd be one hell of a surprise. I mean, I'm not the most predictable person out there, but that's just Justin Allgaier cars apparently don't sell well, or they don't get enough pre-orders. Let's just put it that way. They can't sell well if we don't have any diecast for this year. So yeah, looking like a really rough year for Justin Allgaier cars, especially the Degree car. Seeing that car getting canceled, that's very, very iconic sponsor for Junior Motorsports. It's been there for quite a while. Next up, we got another Ty Dillon car canceled, guys, and this is his Cup car. This is the Twisty T Chevrolet getting canceled. This is the first time we're getting a Twisty T car getting canceled, from what I remember, because we've had a Twisty T car, actually being produced throughout these whole past years. I mean, of course, with the years with Marcus Ambrose and Brian Scott, both those cars were available. I don't think the 125 version was available, but both scales are canceled for this, which is very unfortunate. This car actually looked really nice, and I'm glad Twisted T, they lost sponsorship with Richard Petty, because Richard Petty Motorsports is only down to one car now, so they switched to one of the Dillon brothers, Ty Dillon. There we go. My God, I'm really getting myself mixed up. This is why you don't do NASCAR Diecast reviews very late at night. I mean, I'm doing this around like 3:30 in the morning, so expect some good, funny moments on this episode, guys. But I'll try to keep it professional as I can. But yeah, the Ty Dillon Twisted T car, that's canceled to both scales. Very unfortunate. Next one up, we got good old Daniel Suarez in the Juniper Networks car in his 18 car, guys. So he's driving the 18 car. He's back in the 18 car for this year in the Xfinity series. That has been canceled only in the 124 ARC version. There's no Elite version. I think that was offered. So the 164 version, well, this is actually kind of interesting, because this car was canceled in both scales, but then Lionel updated it at the last minute. And people crucified for me. They're like, oh my God, the 124 version is the only one canceled. 164 is still available. Lionel is a very unpredictable company. They can't make up their mind they always have to make up their mind at the last minute when it comes to cancellations. So thankfully, I didn't upload last episodes, guys. If I did last week's episode, then this car would have had to been an update, because this car is only canceled in 124 scale. So that's really cool right there. Not too many people are a fan of the 18 car, so I can see why they did this. Even though, it's really weird seeing Kyle Busch and Dan Suarez and many other Joe Gibbs drivers, sharing this car. I mean, of course, since Matt Tips in the 19 car, I get that, but I mean, surprised I know that, because I barely watch the Xfinity series. But yeah, another Xfinity car getting canceled, so I'm not surprised right there. Speaking of more Xfinity car, guys, these next two I'm about to show you are even more, so get ready to add that to the list, guys. So for both scales, guys, we got another Brandon Jones car getting canceled, and it's going to be the 33 Menards Sheldwin car, guys. So were you surprised seeing this car getting canceled? Yeah, I kind of was. I don't know. I mean, then again, we had a Brandon Jones car being produced last year, his next tier car, and that was also on the bonus wave as well. So I had some, mixed feelings about that car, but can't say I'm not surprised right there. I thought the Menards car would have made it, would have been really cool. But would have been surprising if this car got canceled. Not really, because the Xfinity car. And for another year in a row, guys, we got the Brendan Gaughan South Point car. That has been canceled yet again in both scales. I mean, it's the same car as last year, but we never got it produced last year. So this was yet a not really surprising car getting canceled yet again, guys. A lot of people were praying this car was not going to get canceled, but if it was canceled last year, there was a good shot it was going to be canceled again this year, guys. You kind of see the process how Lionel has now with these pre-orders. I don't know. I think I had enough time to get the pre-orders, and I guess people have spoken, and those cars aren't going to be made. So very unfortunate for the RCR cars, for the Brendan Jones and the Brendan Gaughan car. And these, well, oh yeah, I also forgot one as well, guys. I'm going to go a lot order, but we also got a Kyle Busch 18 M&M's car. Forgot about that because this was the last minute thing. This car was canceled by the time I record this video. The Kyle Busch M&M's 18 car, his regular car, that has been canceled, the 124 Elite version, so not really a big loss, but if you're a big fan of the Elite collectors, which have a lot more detail on the 124s, then that's going to suck for you. But the ARC version is still available, and the 164, so not too much of a big loss right there. These next three cars and the last three are all Martin Truex Jr. cars, and first one up is the Furniture Row car. That has been canceled in the 124 Elite version, so same thing as the Kyle Busch M&M's car, not too much of a big loss, but like I said, if you're an Elite collector, that's really going to stink for you guys, especially if you're in the RCTA membership and all that, you know, wonderful stuff that Lionel promotes. Similar with this Bass Pro Shops car, that has been canceled in the 124 Elite version as well, so not surprised right there, but you still got the 124 ARC standard version available and the 164, so nothing too crazy right there. And the last Martin Truex Jr. car on this list, guys, it is his Bass Pro Shops Las Vegas wins, so that's gonna stink because I know a lot of people do like detail on the race win cars, so very unfortunate, including myself. I mean, I do love race win Elite Diecast. I have a couple with me, like my Carl Edwards All-Star win and my from 2011 and the 2011 Las Vegas win. So those are really cool. So I kind of feel your pain because Martin Truex Jr. is now the new driver I have in favor. So man, you know, I do have this car on pre-order, but I pre-ordered the standard version. I could have. If only I would have afforded the Elite version, I would have got it, and maybe that would have saved it, but who knows. That would have been my luck right there. But that is all the cancellations, guys, and mostly, you know, most of these cancellations are affected if you're an Elite collector or an Xfinity or a collector for the Xfinity series, and this was, you know, a really disappointing cancellation list. But overall, nothing too crazy, not too many surprises, and we can move on from that. Alrighty, guys, and we're going to our last topic, guys, and of course it's going to be on NASCAR Authentics, guys. So we did have some leaks for the past 2 weeks, guys, about the 2017 Wave 3, and 5 of the 6 cars were leaked on our Instagram and Facebook, but now it's finally official. Lionel Racing has has confirmed this on their episode, on this new episode, Lionel Racing's Authentics, which was supposed to be confirmed on Wednesday, but they pushed it back to Thursday because of a special announcement. You know, that's Lionel for you. But what 2017's Wave 3 is here, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and show you guys this picture. And this is so far, I mean, if you guys can tell, you know, this is looking like a very low amount of cars for this wave, guys. A lot of people thought, oh, there's gonna be 7 or 8, and there's even rumors of the Chase Elliott Red Cross car being produced in this wave, but nope, it's only gonna be 6 car, guys, and that is already looking off to a bad start already. You know, I don't know why they couldn't have produced a 7th car, guys, because I think this is the lowest car that we have had, the lowest amount of cars that we've had for a wave being produced, from what I know, even comparing to last year's, guys, because, you know, last year's Wave 3, we had a lot of cool looking exclusive diecasts, like the Kevin Harvick Las Vegas win from 2014, and the 2014 Pocono win from not 2014, 2015, holy Christ. The 2015 Las Vegas Kevin Harvick win and the 2015 Martin Truex Jr. Pocono win. So, yeah, we had some cool exclusives, but this one, we don't have any exclusives, guys, and it is kind of disappointing, though. And, you know, we'll just go through the line, and I'll give you guys my opinions after, guys. So, you know, we're going to go through in order. Like I said, this was confirmed. Lionel Racing's the fix on this past Thursday. And the first one up, guys, we do got mostly 2016 diecast in this wave, which is a little disappointing because it's supposed to be 2017. But we got the Tony Stewart Mobile One Last Ride car that he I almost said won. Holy Christ, that would be a miracle. That he rode at Homestead Miami Speedway for his final race in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, which that was his original name, the original title for the NASCAR Cup Series. Excuse me. Rob's gonna point that burp out. Race in 2011. Shopton, by the way, really cool YouTuber. But the Mobile One Last Ride car, this is going to be the clean version, guys. So it's not a race version like it was with the Jeff Gordon car, even though we did get the clean version from that car in Wave 1 from last year. So really cool right there. I kind of saw this car make an appearance somewhat in the 2017 waves. Of course, they couldn't put it last year because, you know, this car wasn't offered until then. Plus, it was ran at November, so, you know, God only knows how long that car was going to take to be made. But really cool to see right there, because this car has not been produced yet in the Gold Series cars that we get from our diecast dealers and ship them online and all that stuff. Especially at Plan B sales. You know, there's my Steve Post impression, but very horrible Steve Post impression, by the way. What about to the YouTube series that they have? I don't know. They've been doing a lot of Facebook live streams. But anyways, back on topic, the Mobile One Last Ride card. Yes, this would be a car I would highly recommend getting. This will be the 2016 card, the only 2016 card that I probably would recommend in this wave. Definitely worth getting, and it's a very memorable ride. It was definitely emotional for Tony Stewart and many other Smoke fans out there, so definitely recommend getting this. And then we get on to these cars, guys. We got some Dan Schwartz diecast, which is really cool, but man, I would have loved to see some Carl Edwards diecast. But we got Dan Schwartz's 2016 regular Eras car, which a lot of people weren't too excited. This was the first car that was leaked from Toys R Us's website. If you guys checked out our social media from a couple weeks from last week or the week before, I mentioned this, and this was like kind of a little sneak peek for Wave 3, and not too many people were happy about this car. And you know, I think it would have been cool if they included the 2017 car, but think about it, guys, the Toyota bodies are not ready yet. They said they're going to be out there in summertime, so I'll let Lionel slide on this one, but hopefully they won't do this again, guys. However, I mean, the Eras car, it looks okay. Of course, I'm a Carl Edwards fan, so of course I'm going to like this. But you're like, Carl Edwards and Schwartz, that's not the same. But, you know, since he's taking over Carl Edwards' car, I'll let it slide. This car's okay. I would say they would do something a little better. I would recommend his Juniper car or something a little different. Maybe a race win car, that'd be cool. Speaking of that, guys, the Daniel Suarez Eras Xfinity Championship car, that's the next one. And man, I would have loved to have the race version car, guys. But of course, since this is a championship car, they gotta put that stinking championship logo on the top car. I mean, do I even have to complain anymore? You guys already hear me complaining about the championship logos on this car now. Let's face it, Lionel's never going to do this, guys. So, I mean, I like the collector card. I mean, I think that'd be the only reason, and you know, this might be kind of sad from a NASCAR Authentics collector like me, but I would only get this car just because of the card, because you can't get that card anywhere else. That sounds kind of sad, but it is a cool looking card, and I do respect Daniel Suarez, but he's got a lot of shoes to fill. But really cool to see him win the championship. But man, I would love to see this car being in a race version. But this is the first car that we got with the Chase stickers and the Chase marks, you know, the Chase name rail and all that, for Xfinity diecast. So I guess that is kind of memorable, but a lot of people will get turned off on this car. But if you're a Schwartz fan, I would recommend getting, especially the other car I said, the Daniel Schwartz Eras car. And speaking of more championship cars, guys, we got the defending Sprint Cup Series champion Jimmy Johnson and Lowe's 7-time Cup Championship diecast. Of course, this is similar to the Dan Schwartz car. It's going to have the, you know, this, well, it doesn't actually have the Sprint Cup Series. It does have the Sprint Cup Series Championship logo, but it's going to have 7-time all over it as well. And I guess that's kind of memorable. So if you're a Jimmy Johnson fan, I would get this, but like I said, I would have loved a race version, guys. If they would have made a race version with 64, it would have made this car a whole lot better. But of course, they got to promote that championship logo on top of the car, which I just, gives me major OCD. Some people don't mind it, but I just hate it. It ruins the car for me, and I just do not like it. If you're a custom maker, however, though, that would be a good time to get slap a number on that, and then you'll be good from there. But yeah, that's just very unfortunate. I mean, you know, the championship diecast, I do see a purpose why they had that, but I don't know. Call me crazy, I'm not a fan of the championship diecast. I wish they would have done something different. You know, if they're going to promote, you know, them being a championship diecast, leave the diecast alone. Promote it on the packaging or on the box. Don't put it on the diecast, okay? That's what just ruins it, because, you know, the purpose of a diecast is, you know, to get a good replica of what the car looked like, you know, on the track. we don't see a championship logo on top of the car. That's just something that irks me. I mean, just I'm gonna move on from this, guys, but just it's very unfortunate that we, you know, we're going through this path again from Lionel. But you know, can't say I'm surprised, not really. So it's Lionel racing after all. But we do got some 2017 diecast as well, guys. We got a second Paul Menard card being produced. This is the second time we got a Paul Menard card being produced. The only time we actually had a Paul Menard card being produced was the Dawn to Throwback Wave, which was back in September. The special, you know, 15 pack, the 15 cars that were released only at Walmart, but now they're also at Target as well. So they weren't really exclusives, but cool seeing another Menard car. And you know what? I would recommend getting this car. I do like the Menard car for this year a lot more better than the Richmond car from 2014 for sure. You know, the black and the neon yellow really goes well, and it's definitely a signature design for John Menard and his son Paul Menard. So really cool right there. I think that's going to give some that's a nice good variety that we have for this wave. And to wrap it up, guys, the 2017 Jimmy Johnson Lowe's Chevrolet. I love the design. I think that will be another car I will probably get at my Walmart. I mean, probably my Walmart, because my Target's been slacking very recently on the waves. But you can find this new wave coming out very shortly, guys, at all your local retailers, which is Walmart, Toys R Us, HYV, Targets, and many more, guys. But this should be set to release probably in April or somewhere around April, maybe May, but I would guess April, because we do have NASCAR Authentic cars coming out mostly every month for this year. But overall, guys, this wave, you know, I have mixed feelings about this. Half of this wave I'm kind of impressed, and the other half I'm not really surprised. This is kind of the same mistake they made in Wave 2, guys. You know, we had two drivers yet again with two cars. You know, if you guys remember from last wave, from Wave 2, we had the two Casey King cars and the two Chase Elliott cars, which I didn't mind, but I would have loved a lot more variation. I mean, this is another wave where we don't have a Dale Jr. car being produced. That's cool and all, but I want some more variety or more exclusives. This is the first wave that we have. This is the first wave that we have for this year that doesn't have exclusives, and that is kind of disappointing. I would say I'm a little spoiled with the exclusives, but wouldn't hurt to, you know, make those championship diecast more race versions, or the Tony Stewart car. That would have been cool being race win. But my recommendations for this wave will probably be the Tony Stewart car, the Paul Menard car, and the Jimmy Johnson 2017 car, guys. The rest you can find for yourselves, but overall this wave I got mixed feelings about it, you know. But you know, there's plenty more waves to come, but I think this will probably be, you know, probably my least favorite wave for this year so far. Once the waves go on, then maybe I'll change my mind, but for now this wave does look a little disappointing, but we'll see how that goes on as the diecast season rolls off for NASCAR Authentics. But other than that, guys, this has been the NASCAR diecast news. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, I apologize for you know, this video being a little more lengthy, but this is 2 weeks of coverage being produced on this video, so don't mind if it's more than half an hour long. You know, get the popcorn ready. But I'll be back on my A game for this week and the coming weeks. About to graduate college, so you guys know that is going to be, you know, very rough for me to keep this up. But hopefully I'll be back, guys, and we'll see you guys probably next week on the next new diecast news. But feel free to give this video a good comment, like it if you guys have not already. I highly encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel for all the latest NASCAR diecast news out there. Of course, I just uploaded a new video of the top 10 NASCAR diecast for March 2017. Make sure to check that out, and I'll probably post some more updates on, you know, some more diecasts that I got, and make some more diecast reviews as well, because those are always entertaining. But until then, guys, this is Original Big Bry signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for 2,000 subscribers, guys. I'll be thinking about that very shortly in these next few videos. I got something big coming up, so stay tuned on my YouTube and social media. You know, my links are all on my channel if you guys want to check out my social media. I'll be posting updates about what I got big coming up for this 2,000 subscriber special, guys. But till then, guys, this is Original Big Bry signing off. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys at the next video.